Pilgrimages have been part of Christian tradition for centuries. To Jerusalem, to Rome, and even in Ireland we have our own pilgrimage. We have the Kerry Camino along the Dingle Peninsula, which follows the route that St. Brendan spread the word of Christianity. But the most famous pilgrimage is without doubt the Camino de Santiago. It ends in Santiago de Compostela in Galicia in northern Spain, with literally hundreds of routes coming from across the continent, all converging on that town where the remains of St. James have been laid to rest. This week I'm walking part of the Camino. The route that I'm taking is the Portuguese Camino, or the coastal Camino, which starts in Vigo, just above the border from Portugal and Spain, and then winds its way up to finish in Santiago. It's a beautiful city and I'm going to go and explore it now. And it's a really nice city with a beautiful old town, a thriving fishing community, and a quite cool modern town sort of expanding out from the old town with graffiti and a lot of little cool bars and restaurants. So it's been a pretty long day after the flight in from Dublin to Vigo this morning, and checking out the old town and going down by the sea, and also getting a chance to see the Man United fans that are in town for the Celta Vigo Europa League semi-final. And it's time for a bit of sustenance now. So I'm in a very interesting restaurant called Mijo Minibar, and it's run by a very interesting guy called Jonathan from Venezuela, who opened the restaurant a year ago with the idea of bringing a restaurant with an international theme and flavour to Vigo, serving a variety of dishes including ceviche and also a lot of very good steak and fish dishes. And the interior is just really fantastic. It's probably my favourite thing about it so far.
That's really good.
We opened Mijo Minibar last May 6, 2016, so we're going to, this Saturday we are doing our first whole year, so it's been a year already. What I was saying is that I am trying to show people a different food experience, you know? Everyone is used to eat seafood around here, but in a traditional way, you know? So what I'm trying is to use the produce that it's very good at Galicia, okay, the best one if you can say, but with a different touch, you know, something different, something unique for the area.
Right, well, last night we enjoyed the hostelries of Vigo, and this morning, kind of early, not that early, I won't tell you exactly what time, we're starting out in the Camino proper. So we're in Caldas de Reis, which is our first stop on the journey we're going to make. Another aspect which is very worthwhile pointing out is that the weather in northern Spain is pretty unpredictable. And yesterday was beautiful in Vigo. The sun was splitting the stones, it was hot. Today's not. It's grey, it's overcast, it's rain forecast for all day. So fingers crossed we won't be getting soaked. We've got about 20 kilometres walk ahead of us, so I'm going to go and do it now. One of the first features you'll notice while you're walking on the Camino is that along the paths you have these raised vines or vineyards as you're going. They make wine, but also during the summer they're also just very beautiful as you're walking along. Like, these line many sections of the roadway. We're going to show you many of them during the film, and they're just very unique to the area here in northern Spain as well. Another element of the Camino is very much the social aspect of it. As you walk along the route, there's coffee shops and bars where you can stop off at and get a pilgrim's meal, often very cheap, about €9, €10. And there's also, wait for this car to go by, there's also albergues as well, which are bars and coffee shops where you can also stay the night. They're kind of like dorms. And then a level above is the hostels, which are a little bit nicer again, the albergues, and then you have hotels. So you have a whole level of, a range of places you can stay in for different budgets and different tastes. But right now, we're going to stop in this coffee shop and get a bit of sustenance. We're just after walking about an hour and a half, so time for a bit of a break.
I'm from Belgium, but the Flemish part, there's a French and a Flemish part. We are from Antwerp. And why am I walking Camino? It's not out of religious reasons. It's more because these good friends invited me. They said, we're going to do the Camino, do you want to join? And I like to walk.
It's a really hard question, why I'm walking the Camino. I am a Christian, but for me the idea of pilgrimage doesn't really fit with my idea of God, because I don't think there's anything we can give back to God. But I also love walking.
Not really spiritual or religious, not at all. No, just to enjoy being outside, living in the moment, loving walking.
It's just being nature, I think. It's just wonderful, and the people that I'm with, they're all brilliant. We've had lots of fun and laughter, and it's just great. I love it. We're addicted now. We can't wait. Each Camino, we're planning the next one, and each Camino is different people with us. And it's nice meeting other people on the route, you know, why they're doing it, or just, you know, encouraging them. It's good, just good.
We're walking today on the Portuguese route because a group of us are trying to encourage other people like us to walk and to believe that you can walk and to accomplish it. So my job is to help people do it.
And how walking the Camino is just like life. The happiness, the sadness, the good things, the bad things, the need for friends to actually help you get there when you're feeling really miserable. It is a spiritual experience, but it's also a physical experience. I think the two go together, and there's something here for everyone.
The reason why people leave stones is because they're carrying burdens with them, and one of the things about the pilgrimage is that you leave things behind. When you concentrate on walking and getting to the end, you leave behind burdens. So for many people, they believe that something they've wanted to give up, or something from their past, that some loss or some addiction, they can lose that by walking this path.
Five and a half hours later, we've made the first part of our pilgrimage. We've arrived in Padron, the town of Padron, which is home obviously to the famous green peppers that are served in tapas worldwide. And the end of this part of the pilgrimage is the Santiago Apostle Church right behind me here. So at the end of this stage, you go in and have a moment of quiet reflection before staying the night here and continuing on your pilgrimage the next day.
I'm from Canada. We're in a group of 10 that are all seniors that have retired and looking for a little something different to do, and out for some exercise and visit some new people and countries.
A group of friends have invited me to join them, and I thought it would be a great experience to get out, do a little bit longer hikes than I'm normally used to, and get time to think for yourself along the way.
Doing this trek, more to challenge yourself in terms of you know, how your athletic ability and stamina, and you know, for your age and so forth. I find it a challenge, so you know, it's very good.
It's great. All of it is an experience.
This is our fourth hike we're walking together. It's quite different than the other trips we've made, I guess for many reasons, but this is one nice way to get to see Portugal and Spain.
It was a pretty long day today, 6 hours walking, a lot of undulating hills, and it was actually pretty tiring, to be honest. I got a few blisters. The first half of the day was done in a lot of sun, very, very hot. The second half of the day was in torrential downpour, so it was a lot more challenging than I thought, to be honest, but it was really enjoyable. Next up for me, a little bit of wine, some dinner here in my hotel in Padron, and then tomorrow I'm on to Santiago de Compostela for the last leg of the journey. And a really cool bit about the way I'm doing this trip is that my bags are actually going to be collected here at the hotel by a company called Camino Ways, who are based in Ireland, and they're going to bring my bags on to the final leg of the journey so that I don't have to carry them tomorrow on the way. Don't have to have my laptop with me for work, don't have to have all my spare change of clothing, and that really makes that journey a lot easier. So I'll chat to you tomorrow. Today is the final day of our pilgrimage, and we're journeying from Padron to Santiago de Compostela, which is the final leg of all the Caminos from all around Europe. That's where they converge, and it's the opportunity for all the various pilgrims to meet and discuss their journey, discuss their experiences, and also enjoy one of the most beautiful cities in northern Spain. In terms of the weather today, it's quite similar again. There's about a 30% chance of rain, so you're sort of in and out of patches of sun, and then a downpour, so you got to get the rain back out. And in terms of landscape, again, it's just fantastically beautiful. A lot of sweeping valleys with a huge amount of green, then you have some forested areas, and also architecturally it's quite special. One of my favorite aspects to it is all of the various period churches, like the one right behind me, are dotted along the journey in various little towns. Spectacular, really.
I come from Holland, the Netherlands, by the German border, in a neighborhood from Arnhem, 60 kilometers from it. And I walk the Santiago route. This is my third Santiago. And last year my wife says, I feel good, because she was a few years she was very ill. And I say, I want to go with you. I said too. Is it possible? This is good. It's always nice to talk to each other. When I come home from the wonderful journey, I can tell it, but you must, what I say, feel it. I have goosebumps now when I talk about it. When you come to Santiago, it gives so wonderful feeling. And I do it only for, I'm a Catholic, also for the history. I do it for my, the feeling you can do it. And now together with my wife, she likes, she smiles, she feels very well. This is my reason to go to Santiago. And I go for retiring in October and have plenty of time to go for a long distance walk.
I'm from Germany, we are from Germany, and I walked the Camino because I just said we had our final exam for the university and it was quite hard. We had 6 months, we studied, only sitting for the computer and reading and sitting in the room. And before we studied 5 years medicine, so it was quite tiring in the end. And after that I just wanted to be in the nature, I just wanted to be in my body. I'm sure 1 year later I guess I tried to do the Francis the long way.
Decided to do the Camino for a couple of reasons. I've had a few friends that have sort of done it over the years, and we just, I suppose, a bit of an adventure really, to sort of take a week out and switch off, plug out, and just kind of be out in the open and spend a bit of time together, I suppose, at the same time. And yeah, just for a bit of a challenge, do something different. It's not your average package holiday where you sort of, you know, book somewhere to stay and you're kind of tied to the one pool and the restaurant for the week. You can pretty much plan your week or 2 weeks or however it is you want to do it. So we've more or less followed a pretty standard route, but what I really liked about it is you can stop and start wherever you like, take it at your own pace, decide what your day looks like, what your evening looks like, and mold that as you go on as well. So for me, that was a big part of it, yeah.
Part of the Camino experience is also getting your pilgrim's passport stamped at various different locations along the route to sort of prove that you've done it, and it's a nice little way to have a souvenir of the trip as well. So I'm going to get another stamp here at one of the little coffee shops along the way. Por favor.
Buenos días.
Gracias. 43 kilometers, a series or collection of blisters on my feet, a recurrence of a ligament ankle injury from playing rugby, a cameraman who's done his knee in and can barely walk, but all of that was worth it because we're finally here at the cathedral in Santiago de Compostela, and we've completed our pilgrimage. It's a pretty special feeling, it's great. We got sunshine as well, which is very nice after the torrential rain that we've been walking through for the last couple of days. So what's left for me to do is go in, get my pilgrim's passport stamped with my final stamp for the journey, and go in and say a little bit of respects to St. James, who's interred inside. So I'm going to go on in, you can join me.